So, as many of you know, I am Shemama, and I have been following this toxic soil dump in Shawnigan Lake now for 4 years. Google Shawnigan Lake toxic dump and watch all of the stuff that comes up and explains how wrong this is. Now, these guys that are doing this are in cahoots with a whole bunch of companies. We've got Alterra, who's owned by Raymond and Todd and Gary, and they also own, coincidentally, South Island Resource Management, which turns out to be as a third ownership of this company. They also formed a new company with Active Earth and SIA, South Island Aggregates, and that is called OPCO. Now, OPCO was in cahoots the whole time that this pit was being designed by the Active Earth engineers, who had a 50% share at that point in this company with South Island Aggregates, Mike Kelly, Marty Block. Now, apparently, they had a falling out, and they weren't playing with each other anymore, and SIA wasn't keeping up to their word. Oh, what a shock! And Active Earth felt like they were being played. You were, dudes. So they decided to break up. So Active Earth apparently left the company. Well, actually, that's not true. They say that Active Earth has nothing to do with the pit now, and that's not true. Because the engineers that signed off on the soil of the Port Moody that got dumped in Shawnigan Lake during November and December, the engineers that signed off and tested the soil and signed off on it, we're Active Earth engineers. Oh dear, caught in another lie. Oh my goodness, how could that happen? You guys are so honest and trustworthy. My goodness. Does that mean that we've been played too? Now, we're trying to figure out exactly who's involved in the background in this. Because, you know, these guys, Mike Kelly and Marty Block, they aren't the brightest bulbs in the string. So there's obviously some other bulbs that are giving them some money, that are telling them what to do. So, things that make you go, Let's find out who those money backers are. Because it's time to expose them. It's time to let them know that as a community and as a human being, we will not put up with being terrorized for a profit. For a profit. That's why they're doing this, because they can make big buku bucks on contaminated soil. And these developers in Victoria, they want their soil removed as cheaply as possible, because you know what all makes dollars? Not common sense. So, here's a little word of warning to all those people out there that are dealing with South Island Aggregates, South Island Resource Management, Active Earth, Alterra, and on and on and on. We will stop you. We will stop you because we're not going to deal with you anymore. We're not going to give you our business. We're not going to let you play in our sandboxes. And to the trucking companies, let me see, I'll just rattle them off my head. Volk, Maze, Coastal, Weeby, Graph, Frontline, Blacktop, Wayne's. Oh, Wayne's. Yes, he lives in the community, by the way. They are all accomplices to this, and they all need to be called out for what they're doing, because they know it's wrong, but they're doing it for a paycheck. They got to feed their family. Well, what I can say to you is that go 3 days without water. Chew on that paycheck and see if it quenches your thirst. See if you can bathe your babies in your paycheck. See if you can fill your dog's water bowl with your paycheck, because you can't. Water is life, and you and all of the accomplices up here that work with South Island Aggregates, South Island Resource Management, Active Earth, OPCO, Alterra, etc., 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 are all in cahoots. So, let's go get them, guys.